Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm back in the Crack Technical Interview Series, episode number 2. So, in the last video, I saw most of you responded that this series should actually be running in English. And that is why now I'll be taking this series in English so that all the students can be benefited. And beta, at the same time, many of you also told me one very important fact that you guys have to give the answer in interviews in English. So why don't I talk in English? Definitely, your wish is my command. So this time we'll be doing it in English. And again, I have 5 of the most important, most awesome questions that you are going to enjoy. So guys, what you can do is you can pause this video at every question and you can think about the answer and then take a look at the answer that I am giving. So let me start by introducing myself. My name is Ankit Goyal. I got AIR 1 twice in GATE in 2014 and 2018. I was awarded gold medal by the President of India himself in the year 2013 when I graduated from IIT. Till date, I have trained more than 1 lakh students in the online and the offline classes, and currently I am working as a director at an academy for GATE department. Now most of the students know this about me, but I am proud of one thing, the kind of revolution that we have created in GATE and ESE domain by free initiatives on this channel. We have provided the maximum number of free initiatives and we have enabled the students who never thought they could crack GATE with the top ranks, and our initiatives are not limited to YouTube, but they are also available on the Unacademy app for free. So beta, download the free Unacademy learning app and then access all our free initiative. You just have to unlock them using the code AnkitESE. Very easy. Now, this is the link where you will find all my special classes, beta, whatever I have taken on the Unacademy app till date or I will be taking in the near future, and you will find some of the most interesting initiatives. A lot of question series are present here. So the question that you keep on asking me, sir, from where do we practice the question? This is the one-stop solution for all practice material. Now, let's move on to our session interview question. So let's get started here, students. Let's start with the first question. The first question is, while calculating power, why do we take conjugate of current? A very, very important question. And those of you who have studied networks from me would know the answer to this. Okay, beta? But let me tell you the answer. You can pause the video here, recall the answer and recite yourself. You tell yourself what you will be answering in such a situation, what you will be telling the examiner. And as I have told, always after listening to the question, pause for 5 seconds, think about the answer and then say it. So, what I will tell you, the first thing that we will say, either there are two methods. There are two methods to approach this. The first method would be either you show the derivation that I have given you in my networks course. Okay, that playlist is available on the Planet Gate YouTube channel where I have told you how to derive the real power, then how to come upon it using the complex power. I told you that when we derive the real power, we get Vrms Irms cos of theta V minus theta I, and when we write it as complex, we write it Vi conjugate. But that is a lot of mathematics that they won't be expecting in interview. What they will be expecting is a logical answer. So how do we answer it logically? So first thing I will say that, sir, most of the high power loads are lagging in nature because in high power loads, inductance dominates over capacitance. First thing, very simple. In high power devices, inductance dominates capacitance, and that is why most of the high power loads are lagging in nature. First thing. Now, since the loads are lagging in nature, we take the reference as lagging load. That is why we define reactive power as positive for lagging load and reactive power as negative for leading load. Okay, that is your second point. First point, most of the loads are lagging in nature. Second, due to this fact, the reference is taken as lagging and hence we define reactive power positively for lagging and negatively for leading. Now you come to mathematics of it. So you will say, sir, if we take I, V into I, then for lagging, if voltage is reference, current will be having an angle negative because current is lagging behind the voltage. So you will directly say, consider the voltage as reference, Now they might cross question you, why are you considering voltage as reference? You say most of the sources in this world are voltage sources. Hence we define voltage as reference. So if you take angle of voltage as 0, current angle will be negative because current is lagging behind the voltage. In case of VI, you will get VI angle minus theta, which will give you reactive power as negative. But since you define the reference as reactive power must be positive for lagging load, that is why you take conjugate of current and you get VI conjugate. That is, in the simplest term, in the layman terms, you can explain it to the examiner. But if you were taking current as the reference, then you could have taken VI, you will get the positive reactive power for lagging load. Because in such a scenario, angle of current would be 0, angle of voltage would be theta. So that way you sound very smart and it becomes clear that you know highly conceptual answer to this problem. So again, let me tell you, first thing, you will tell that the loads are lagging in nature. Second, that is why lagging loads are taken as reference and reactive power is taken positive. Thirdly, we assume voltage as reference because most of the sources are voltage sources. Then you will show this, if we do VI, we end up with negative reactive power, but we need positive. So we need to take conjugate of current. And if they are still not satisfied with this, then you can go back to that derivation that I gave you in network using the real power complex power relationship. But I believe the students who have studied networks from me, they will never ever get stuck with the real and the reactive power concept because that is very clear to them. Next question, beta. Comment upon the pole and zero of voltage transfer function of a simple RC integrator. This is very simple. You just have to tell about the pole and the zero location. When you talk about the RC integrator, then simply you can say V out is minus 1 by RC integral V in dt. When you take the Laplace, then V out of S is minus 1 by RCS V in. So that means the transfer function is 1 by RCS. So you can see there is a pole at origin. Now this anybody can tell that there is pole at origin, but what about zero? Always remember the poles and zeros are equal in number. If you are not able to locate a zero at a finite location, that means our zero lies at infinity. That means there is a finite pole at origin and there is a zero at infinity. So that you can tell. But just don't restrict yourself saying that, sir, there is only one pole at origin, there is no zero. You will say there is no finite zero and one zero lies at infinity. Again, a very simple question, but you can get stuck at such a small fact. Okay, that is an interview, they'll test your basics. What is efficiency during maximum power transfer? Now this seems like a very simple problem, but this is also an opportunity where you can create an impact in the mind of interviewer. How? Anybody will tell you that efficiency is almost 50% during MPT. If they ask you how, you can simply take a Thevenin circuit, very simple, that sir, VTH is there, RTH is there, and RL is equal to RTH for maximum power transfer. Very simply you can explain if you have a pen and paper or you are standing with the board. Okay, then you can tell this and you can derive the output power and the input power and you can show efficiency will be 50%. But now here comes your opportunity to make an impact. How? You will tell the examiner, sir, due to this less efficiency, maximum power transfer is not used in high power devices because there our target is to convert as much power as possible from input to the output. So we are targeting high efficiency above 90%. And this efficiency is used in electronic circuits like amplifiers where we are used to low efficiencies like 25%, 30%. So 50% is a huge improvement. And this theorem, maximum power transfer theorem, is used in impedance matching. So first thing you tell about the correct answer. Secondly, you tell about the application. It cannot be applied to machines and power system. Where can it be applied? In electronic instruments like amplifier or for impedance matching. 3 point interview is finished, because they will be so impressed that you not only know the mathematics of it, but you also know the logical explanation behind it. Next thing, what is the limitation of Kirchhoff's law? So those of us who have not studied networks well will always think that Kirchhoff's law can be applied universally everywhere. But there is only one limitation of KCL and KVL, that is your distributed network. KCL and KVL cannot be applied in distributed network. And again, to impress, in order to show your knowledge, you can say most of the elements have distributed parameters, but we lump them as an approximation so that we can apply Kirchhoff's laws like KCL and KVL. That is your explanation why do we go for lumped networks when most of the networks are distributed in nature. And if they ask you in any more detail, you can say, sir, if we consider a wire, the resistance inside the wire is present at each and every point of the wire, not at one single point. That is distributed, but we need to lump it if we want to use the theorems of network analysis. Very easy. And if they go in more detail, you can say, in distributed network, the charge is stored at each and every point just like a transmission line. And KCL says that KCL can only be applied if there is no charge storage. Clearly, you can show a violation. You can best take an example of a distributed network as a transmission line. You can say on a transmission line, charge is stored at each point on the line, and KCL can only be applied if there is no charge storage. Last question, beta. A 10 ohm resistor, a 1 ohm inductor and 1 microfarad capacitor are connected in parallel. The combination is driven by a unit step current. Under the steady state condition, the source current flows through which element? Now, for this question, you must take a pause, because you will be inclined to say, sir, if it is under resonance, then the entire current will flow through the resistor. But this question is not based on resonance, it is actually based on the step current. It is based on the DC transient. But we are so used to resonance that we sometimes do not think and answer in a hurry. So under steady state, your inductor will get shorted, capacitor will get open. So current always takes a path of minimum opposition. It will flow through the short circuit, that is, it will flow through the inductor. See how easy is it? But remember, my friend, whenever you face an easy question in an interview, don't get overexcited. Wait for 5 seconds, frame your answer and then deliver. Remember, it's not the knowledge that matters inside an interview hall. What matters is how well you present your words, how well you present your answers. So even if you have a vast amount of knowledge but you are not able to showcase it, then in that case, beta, they won't select you, because they will only see what you show them. They can't see what is behind the screen. They can't see what is going on in your mind. What they can hear and see is what you are speaking. That is why make sure that you speak very well. You speak in terms of the points. You frame your answer in terms of the point. That is very impressive, and that is very good in order to showcase your technical knowledge. I hope, beta, you liked the video. If you liked it, please share it. Please press that like button and make such kind of initiatives viral, so that I also get encouraged to make more such videos and to ponder upon more initiatives like this which can help you in your journey. And beta, if you want to prepare machines with me, immediately join Unacademy. I am teaching it from 7 AM to 9 AM daily, then 10 AM to 12 noon. After that, every day at 2 PM, I am taking a special class for machines, and every day at 5 PM, I am taking doubts. So if you are a hard worker, you want somebody to work hard with you and assure you that you will be becoming successful, then join Unacademy, because there you will see the true level of hard work. And my friend, if you wish to join Unacademy, you have a golden opportunity coming up on 15th, where we will be conducting combat at 11 AM. This will be a test for 1 hour. It will involve all the concepts of electrical. And if you do well in this test, then you can get immediate 100% scholarship on Unacademy subscription. And your fees will be entirely sponsored by Unacademy. That is the best part, that you will study for free and you can also get top rank in exams. And for you guys, we have brought a free initiative of Bark test series. 14th of August, Saturday, 25 question for 20 minutes. That is a mini mock test. Again, next Saturday, 20 question, 25 minutes, mini mock test. Then on 28th, 100 minutes, 100 question in 120 minute, a mock test for Bark 2021. And this is my Unacademy profile. You can follow me and message me here. This is my Telegram channel where we conduct daily quizzes, and you can connect with me here. You will find lots and lots of PDF, daily notification, daily quizzes. So thank you everybody. If you like the video, make sure to like and share, and do subscribe to the channel. If you have not still subscribed, then please press that red button and do hit that bell icon to get notified whenever any new video comes up. Till then, beta, keep rocking. Let's crack it.